Donald Trump has sent a letter to Canada threatening a new tariff rate of 35% starting August 1st.
Donald Trump says he'll impose 30% tariffs on imports from the EU and Mexico starting next month.
Just 48 trading hours saw the vaporization of $2 trillion. When the 7 heavyweights of technology on Wall Street fell apart like tinfoil. The trigger is flashed by Reuters. A midnight tariff blitz that imposes a 35% surcharge on all Canadian imports and threatens to impose a 30% wall on goods from the EU and Mexico starting on August 1st. Europe responds with retaliation. Ryanair challenges Washington to blink first by waiving a match over its $43 billion Boeing order for 330 jets. Mexico and Canada are already running for the hills, approving a From Sea to Shining Sea, a $120 billion Northern Corridor rail and port ghost train circumvent U.S. Customs. In addition to the $144.8 billion in premium cargo that already avoids American roadways each month, that one steel artery has the potential to steal an additional $120 billion, which would be a devastating blow to Seattle's aerospace payroll, GF Coast Cranes, and Midwest production lines. Stay with us because during the upcoming minutes, we'll calculate the fallout, plot that corridor, and pose the one query. Trembling Capitol Hill. Could a piece of shredded jet deal and cold-rolled steel shake Washington more than a $2 trillion market wipeout? First, let's map out that steel strip. Freight News estimates that the so-called Northern Corridor will cost about $120 billion. The recently combined CPKC rail spine and a blockchain-specific, bespoke system that clears a cargo in minutes connect Prince Rorke's Pacific Megaport to a brand-new Gulf terminal near Tampico. When it comes to the stakes, planners are direct. The corridor may tear up, they say, about half of the freight from Canada and Mexico that passes through U.S. ports and roadways today. According to figures from the Bureau of Transportation Statistics, that pool reached a record $144.8 billion in March alone, the greatest amount ever recorded for a single month. Do a little math on the back of a napkin. Over $70 billion would be lost each month if even half of that goods moved north and south without coming into contact with a U.S. checkpoint. That would be sufficient to surpass Alaska's total annual GDP prior to Thanksgiving. Already, the political fuse is hissing. Reuters reported on a phone conversation between Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney and Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum on July 16th. Given President Trump's August tariff deadlines, the two leaders promised to expedite a bilateral trade agreement and alluded to the possibility of a signing ceremony before New Year's Eve. A future supply chain habit is now locked in with each kilometer of welded rail. Risk tables are revised by insurers. Bond desks predict Long Beach's revenue. Additionally, Detroit suppliers are unsure of how to pursue a breaker who unexpectedly travels to Veracruz on a rail without a tariff.